Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I'm very excited to be catching up with Anthony Bowens. Hello.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for joining me. I feel like the first thing I have to say is happy belated birthday. How was it?
It was rather, how do I put it? Boring. I really don't do much for my birthday. I kind of just hung out, went to the gym, and then just relaxed with my family and Michael. So it's what I wanted. I'm not much of a guy who likes to go out and go crazy anyway. So
I'm the exact same way. I prefer to just have a chill night with my family, not have to do much, no worries. And then you just, relax and embrace it. It's just another day, right?
Exactly.
Well, it was really neat because, of course, wrestling takes you all over the place, but you recently were actually in Alaska, and it seemed like you had an absolute blast. Before the camera started rolling, we were talking about the cold, so just tell me a little bit about how it was over there.
So Alaska is kind of like one of my main companies called WrestlePro. It's kind of like our new territory. There's barely anything up there, and there's no professional wrestling. So twice a year we head up there to Anchorage, and next year we're heading to Fairbanks and Anchorage. So it's going to be a deadly loop. But it's really cool. You get to a part of the world that you never thought you would be. It's absolutely freezing in the wintertime, and then we made it worse because we went to a glacier, and we did a glacier tour. And we went inside, but the problem was the wind chill there is like negative 6,000 degrees. So it was absolutely freezing. It makes New Jersey weather seem like child's play.
But it was well worth it. I mean, I saw the pictures. It looked beautiful, like anywhere you looked.
Yeah, the Anchorage is it's an interesting city, but everything else around it is just absolutely incredible. The scenery is just beautiful.
Well, you actually sent out a tweet the other day, which was everything hurts in the winter. Now, I don't know. It made me laugh so hard. I didn't know if you were reflecting on that Alaska trip or maybe back home. It's just like bitterly cold. But what kind of sparked that? Because living up here in Toronto, I completely agree.
So falling on my head every weekend for 7 years has a little bit to do with that. The little aches and pains that you don't really feel in the summertime kind of come out in the winter. And I'm just like, oh, like I didn't know that used to hurt, or why is this hurting? It happens all the time in the middle of winter.
Well, seeing that wrestling does take you all over the place, is there anywhere you would still love to bring your craft? Is there any place that's just really on that bucket list where you're like, I would love to not only wrestle here, but also explore a little bit?
Well, Japan's always been number one on my list, but as my momentum continues for the 5-tool player, I'd like to just get across the country. I was in England a couple years ago. I'd like to go back there. I'd like to get to Germany. So many different places. I just want to wrestle as much as I can all over the world and wherever will have me.
So pretty much everywhere. Nowhere's out of question.
Nowhere in particular. I just want to wrestle. That's all I want to do.
Well, I have to mention that I really do enjoy the videos that yourself and Michael put up on your YouTube channel, because sometimes it is actually just like a day in the life. Sometimes you guys go on adventures. My favorite segment you have, though, are the pranks, because you guys really, you go at it. So what would you say is the craziest prank you've either played on Michael or he's played on you?
By far, it's probably the cheating prank that he played on me, which he got me pretty good. Before we went into it, we were like, everything is off. Everything is fine except for absurdly crazy pranks. I don't want to deal with any death stuff. That's just over the top and just ridiculous. Right. But nothing's really off limits. Just may the best man win. And it's funny because you say you love them. A lot of people are subscribers don't really like our pranks. They just like the daily vlogs, kind of like the challenges. They think the pranks are kind of mean, but I think it's all in good spirits. We're not trying to hurt each other. But that probably is the most crazy one that we've done. And I don't know, I'm just overall proud of the channel because it's an outlet for us to connect with people. And I think over the years as a professional wrestler or an independent professional wrestler who didn't have much of an outlet to connect with people outside of just being inside of a wrestling ring, it's a cool medium to just give a little insight into our lives for the fans to see, and also to just interact with them as well. And I think at this point we're about 1,000 subscribers away from 100,000, which
amazing,
really cool and really exciting for us because that was one of our biggest goals. So we're hoping that happens soon.
No, that's huge. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And it must also feel like a really big milestone because when this whole YouTube channel began with you two, a huge part of it was one of the first videos you sat down and did was actually the first time you came out. So, I mean, seeing the fact that it's coming full circle, you're about to hit that 100,000, is that even more of a milestone because of the sentiment, or is that it is? Okay.
Absolutely. I'm actually sitting in the room that we first recorded it, which we've now to the studio, as you can see with the green screen behind us, behind me. It was just, we were dating for a couple of months, and he was like, I think it'd be really cool if we made a YouTube channel, and I was in the closet at the time, so I was like, I don't really know if that's a good idea. But then I say all the time, I saw how heartbroken he was, and just, I guess, disappointed, because obviously you want to show off your relationship, and
right.
I was at a point in time in my life where I just couldn't do it yet. I guess people would really understand most if they were in the closet, and I apologize to him all the time for putting him through that, but thankfully he understood. And I was like, no, let's just do it. And then we recorded it, and a couple months later, next thing you know, we were all over the place with that video. So it brought a lot of light and positivity into our lives.
That's amazing. And the fact you've been able to continue it, I mean, kudos to you, not only on the relationship, but the YouTube channel, because that stuff, I mean, I know those things are hard to grow. And when you actually get that momentum, it's a really gratifying feeling. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I feel like the last year for you, not only on the wrestling side of things, but the traveling and just so many shows, there's been so much exposure. Like I've just remember seeing all of these articles you were sharing, and people are really just picking up your stories, and you hear things like inspiration and inspiring and all these words kind of being thrown and labeled towards you. So was that a bit of a whirlwind in itself too, having like a very just strong year, especially since we're coming to the end of it?
Yeah, 2019 was absolutely absurd. From inside the ring to outside the ring, I was fortunate enough to be on the cover of Gay Times in January of 2019, and then Mike and I attended the 30th Annual GLAAD Awards in New York City, and I had the honor of speaking there, which was incredible. Looking down, seeing Madonna there, like, what?
Yeah.
I was the first Battle Club Pro franchise champion, the first 3-time WrestlePro Gold champion, the winner of the first ever ladder match in Alaska. I did my first fashion spread. I was just featured in Sports Illustrated. I debuted for Beyond Wrestling last week, which was really exciting, and I hope to be back there a lot in 2020. So a lot of cool stuff happened this year. I'm very excited for what's on tap for 2020. You know, my goal from the beginning was to just, you know, wrestle as much as I can and try and craft myself and mold myself into the best sports entertainer that I can be, and hopefully provide my services to some sort of TV company in 2020. Although my mission now is to worry less about all that and just continue to have fun and have the best matches possible, which I seem to be doing. I get a lot of good feedback from the fans, so I think I'm on the right track.
That's amazing. I mean, between wrestling, acting, modeling, the YouTube channel, like there's a lot going on. So now that we're easing into the holidays, are your plans just to actually relax for a little bit, take some time off?
December is typically a month for the last 7 years where I just kind of chill. I only have like 1 or 2 bookings. I have one left for Capital Wrestling in Brooklyn this year on December 28th. But it's typically time where I just let my body heal. Like I said, it hurts in the winter. Just relax with my family and just try and recuperate.
That's amazing. Well, I really do hope that you have a lovely holiday, and just thank you so much for hopping on here. I'm really glad that we were able to find a way to get you on the show, and hopefully we can meet one day.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
No, thank you for having me.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.